Hello, I'm Debbie and I'm a LARPer. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would talk about props. This year I'm going to be LARPing in character, well, camping in character I should say, at a festival. This will be the first time I've camped in character, so it'll be a new experience for me. But I wanted to kind of get some props and things to make my area, you know, my tent and that look a little bit more in character. And I think I wanted to get things that were more useful as well for me as me, Debbie, and also for my character, Astra. So things that she would use, things that I also am going to need to use. Now, if you're thinking about it, those things yourself, maybe write a list of things that you think you would need, and then look at getting those, and maybe put them in like priority, so you know which things you need to go for first. The first things I knew I would need is lighting, because I've booked myself into a really big tent, and I want to be able to light up the whole thing while I'm in there. Also, it's useful to have lighting full stop, like when you're moving around the campsite and when you're in your tent, when you're moving to go get some drinks or some food or go to the toilet, or even on missions as well. Lighting, very important. If you go inside a cave, they will say, oh, you can't see anything because you don't have a light. So you need light sources. Light sources, very important. And they also go a long way to making an area look more lived in. So very useful. So I looked on Amazon and I found this set of, if I can pick them up, see if I can pick them. No, I can't pick them all up at the same time. Candles ranging from this size to this size. So there's these ones, and then there's these ones. They are all electric candles. I prefer electric ones because then I know if I tip it over by accident, no fire will happen. Also, I don't have to carry a lighter, which I can inevitably lose, you know, so that's always good. And these days you can get ones that have a really nice flicker effect to them. I don't know if that's picking up on that. There we go. But it makes it look pretty realistic, you know. So from a distance, you can't really tell that much. And I think for safety, it's a good thing, because festival LARPs, you're often going to have people also who are maybe drinking alcohol. And silliness can occur, people falling over can occur, and people setting themselves on fire can also occur. So it's a good thing to have electric ones rather than actual open flames. If you don't want to have them just on their own, you can put them inside of a lantern like this one. This one actually can fit 2 of these in it. So I'll probably use 2 just so it's a bit brighter. So this one is from Tesco. The lantern itself only costs £10, and you can get them in 2 sizes. This size and then one that's like double the size for £20. But this one is like the perfect size for taking around the campsite and being able to see where I'm going and stuff like that. So I went for the cheaper one. Also, I'm cheap, so there. So that's that. Oh, and the candles themselves, they're on Amazon, and you can pick them up for around £12, which is really good for 6 candles that you're going to get a lot of use out of, and you can change the batteries as well, so pretty good. You can also, there's also ones like this, lanterns like this, that are a bit more ornate, but the light won't escape very much from this one because it's very enclosed. So I probably won't be taking that one. I'll probably be taking this one because more light will come out of it. For inside your tent, or if you're setting up, like for instance, like a shrine or a specific in character area, you might want to have something like this, which is just a candle holder. So you just set it on there. This one did actually have a spike coming out of the top because it's for, you would basically shove your candle under there and it's not going to move around, but then I wouldn't be able to use it with this, so I had my other half cut it off and grind it down, so now it's just a dot. But now I can use it with these, so pretty good. This one I found in a charity shop for not very many pounds. I think it was about £3 or £4, something like that, and it's like cast iron or something, so it's pretty good for the money. So I think that's lighting covered. Yeah. Next useful thing would be something to eat and drink out of. Last year I used this cup, which, while it looks nice, looks in character, looks kind of elven, which my character is an elf, so she would like pretty things like this. It's not very practical. If you have a hot drink, you burn your hands on the side unless you hold it like this, which looks silly. And also, it's because of the stem, it's got this hole in the bottom. So it's difficult to keep it clean because you have to kind of... so it doesn't really work. When you're camping, it's difficult to keep things clean anyway. So you want things that are going to be easier to clean. It's pretty much common sense, so I don't know why I didn't think of that last year, but now I know. And this year I've gone for this one, which is just a mug with a handle and it's got an owl on it. My character, her god is a nature god, so it kind of goes well with that. And it's very, you know, it's like earthen colours. So yeah, this is nice. So something like that. I also picked up a bowl, which is like this. It's quite wide. I went for this one because, if you can see, there's quite a lot of space here at the bottom that's flat, so I can use it as a plate, but it's also quite deep, so I can also use it as a bowl, so it's multi-purpose. And for when I'm using that, I've got these. I don't have a knife yet. I need to get one. I've got my eye on one at the moment on eBay, so hopefully I'll get it. And it will match pretty well to these ones as well. These have antler handles, so that's pretty cool. You can see that they're completely different sizes, which I also really like because, you know, things, even though they would match, they wouldn't necessarily match 100%. So they look like they go together, but they also look, you know, different somehow, which I like. And the spoon has like leaves on it. Don't know if you can, yeah, it's just about picking up the leaves. So that's pretty nice, and even like the shape of it is kind of like a leaf as well. So I thought these were a really good find. These ones I picked up off of eBay. Cutlery is kind of an expensive thing to get, so if you don't have too much money to spend on props, I would just take ordinary cutlery and focus on, for instance, like a bowl and a cup. I wanted to go the whole hog and get cutlery as well, so I picked up these. You can also get just horn cutlery that's just completely cut out of horn. And you can get cast iron cutlery as well, although that is also expensive. There is a nice set that you can get that comes with a leather case as well, and you can clip it onto your belt, so you've always got your cutlery with you. But I wanted something a little bit more kind of slightly refined. because I'm an elf, my character's an elf, so she would have like different taste, even though she did grow up in a tree. Yeah, that's a story for a different time, I think. I also got this. This is not really something that's useful as an everyday thing. Oh, it stinks, sorry. It's incense. It's really strong smelling. It's incense, and it's the burner is in the shape of a leaf. My character is going further in her devotion to her god this year, so that's something I thought she would probably want to have, so she can do her prayers and things like that. Now this is something that I may or may not take with me. It's a jug. I thought it would be interesting to collect water every morning and have it in this jug in my tent, and then I can use it for drinks, and then I can also use it if I want to wash my hands at my tent. I can just pour some over my hands like that, so that I don't have to go to a tap and go out of character to use a tap all the time. So there's that. It is really heavy though, so I may not take it. It's not 100% needed, but it looks nice. Yeah. So not quite sure about that one yet. This is something that I will be taking. You can't see what it is, but if I assemble it for you, it folds down really small, and then and it's this little box, and then it has this lid on it. It's tricky to do this while sitting down. There we go. So it has this lid with a cushion on it, so it's actually like a stool, because seating areas and seating arrangements are often something that are a little bit neglected at LARP, and sitting down is good. So you're gonna be tired, you're gonna be doing a lot of walking around. It's good to have somewhere to sit down, and this also doubles up as somewhere to hide any out of character stuff. So if it's inside the log, people shouldn't really want to look at it, because this is a log. I know it's just printed on there, so it doesn't really look that much like a log, but it looks enough like a log that they should know not to look in there. Oh yes, one other thing. A useful thing to have with you. Things that are warm, like blankets, rugs, etc. I've got this one, and I've got some furry ones as well. Basically, you're going to want to have something that you can cover up any sleeping bags with if you're going to take one. You're going to need something to cover anything out of character with. So you can use blankets for that, but they also double up as warm stuff. Warm things are always good. Even in the middle of summer, you're going to get cold at night, so wrap up warm, basically. Last thing that I have to show you is this. It's a mortar and pestle, so you can grind up some herbs and stuff in there if you want to. My character's not an alchemist, but her scout training means that she does understand herbs and uses them for healing sometimes. So I thought that would be a really good thing to pick up. Found this one in a charity shop very inexpensively. They can be expensive if you buy them new, so bear that in mind. So I think I'm going to leave it there because the video is getting really long. If there's anything that you like from this, I'll try and put links down in the doobly-doo at the bottom for things that I know where you can find them. Some things I'm afraid I don't know where you might be able to pick them up because either they're bought in a charity shop or eBay. So if you want to have a look around, I'm sure you'll be able to find something similar. But things like, for instance, these, I'll be able to get you a link for them. So have a look down in the bottom for things if you were interested in any of the things that I showed you today. And I hope you have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.